Hey guys, it's Liz Fogelman with Olive Branch Studios. Today I want to teach you how to do a real simple flat wash. And a flat wash is simple, that uniform background of color. We would use that for skies, walls, water, landscapes. Um, a lot of time artists use this to build the background and then add detail later on. But it helps with your brush control too, because really all you're doing here is um, continuing one stroke back and forth all the way down the page. Truly helps with your brush control. And kind of fun once you get the hang of it and you see how easy it is, you're going to want to do it more often. So I hope you give this a try doing flat wash and pick out a color, get a nice well of color mixed up, and plenty of water, plenty of pigment, and I don't know, like a size 8 or 10 brush, and let's get started. Okay, now I have here a couple of flat washes that I've already done. I did a red and a yellow, and I dropped red on that long before I painted it yellow. I tend to be a sloppy artist sometimes, and I'm not even sure how I managed to do that one. So here, what we're going to do, guys, is I've loaded up my brush, and I'm using a size 12 Neptune. So it's a big brush, can hold a super amount of paint and water. And what I'm going to do, when you're doing a flat wash, you always start at the top. Start at the top, and you're going to do that horizontal line back and forth all the way down. You might have to refill your brush. If you have a big brush that holds a lot, you won't have to fill as often, all depending on how big your paper is. I don't have a giant square taped off here, but you can see my color was consistent all the way down and 0 brush marks. My favorite part. Now, what can I use this for again? Backgrounds. I could put a cityscape on here. I could draw lined flowers on here, do the line and wash. And or depending on what color, you could do blue and have the ocean in the background or the sky. Okay. I also have the red mixed up that I wanted to show you. Paint now stuck to the table. And the same thing, you're going to grab it, go across the top, and then just chase that bit of paint that you have right there. And you're going to paint in the same horizontal line back and forth. If you catch yourself leaving a pocket of water, grab that and keep pushing downward. Try not to paint vertically, because then you're going to see brush lines. And the goal here is 0 brush lines, okay? Just that smooth wash. And I'm going to go back up because I've got a little bit, I added a little bit more paint to my brush there towards the end. But this should dry nicely. There we go. That is our flat wash. And once we dry them, we could do just about anything on these. And in fact, I think I'm going to dry this and then show you what else we can put on it. Okay, so my pictures are dry, and I managed to get red on both of my yellow squares. Super talented. That's okay. They're happy mistakes. We'll figure it out. So what I thought we would do here, just on the yellow background, you could do flowers, you could do buildings, you could do like a cityscape, just drawing like shadow figures of buildings here. I don't know, just picture the buildings from New York City or from the TV show Friends. You know, those platform looking buildings. Skyscrapers, maybe. Just the tall guys. And you can just go all the way across your scene, making a scene out of it. Scene, yeah, scenery. I don't know. I should not talk too much while I paint because sometimes I ramble. And quite often I don't make sense. Anybody else have that problem? Talk to yourself. I do. I probably do it more than I should. It's unhealthy, they say. Actually, I've never heard anybody say it's unhealthy. Wow, our power just went out right in the middle of this. I hope it's still bright enough. Oh, there it comes back on. That's great. We have had some crazy storms here today. Back and forth. And let's see, my light is off. Let's see if I can turn it back on. There, is that better? So all I did here to do these buildings is I put them side by side, obviously, and then just making them different heights so you have that that cityscape look. Okay, or it kind of looks like a rather large fat fence. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to dry our little city scene. Now that our buildings are dry, I need to add a few details. And quite often on taller buildings, you'll see like the antenna, like on the Sears Tower. Although it's not the Sears Tower anymore. I don't know what they call it. My friend Vicky could tell you. She knows these things. Just draw some chimneys up there. I know sometimes they'll have like water towers on top of buildings. So, and I'm just using a koi coloring brush pen. These are quite fun to color with. I do a lot of, what do you call it, calligraphy with them. So then we have kind of the top of the building. So these are pretty fun to use. And then one of my favorite is my Posca marker. I'm just going to use this to make some real simple looking windows for our tall buildings because that gives it a little more character. And it kind of looks like that evening sky on the sea. And you could use white paint for this. You could use gouache or acrylic paint even. You could also use, I have these gel pens, the Signal. Those are pretty great for this kind of stuff. These, I don't know, look like they needed bigger lines for our cityscape there. Okay, so in the end, we could also go, because it's hard to just see that outline, I'm going to outline these guys with my black pen just to add a little more depth to it. And the only reason I'm doing this cityscape is to show you just an option to put on your flat wash. Not something you have to do, but it is kind of a neat little scene as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you give this a try. Not hard to do. Simple colors, simple flat wash with a little city scene. And if you enjoy what we're doing here at Olive Branch, guys, please follow us. Hit that like button and subscribe. And give us a shout out. And I'll talk to you later.